Hey everyone, welcome to a new tutorial. My last one was about performance capture, and today I'll still be talking about performance capture, but I'll be using a different tool, a platform actually, something that I've been following for quite some time now. And unlike the rest of platforms that I've been talking about for the past few weeks, this one is not just about performance capture, it has more. Are we talking about Radical? Radical, the way the presented, like the founders, the team behind it. They say Radical is a platform for creators, for filmmakers. Part of that is performance capture. Part of that is live rooms. Part of that, virtual cameras. For today, this first tutorial, I'll be focused on performance capture because that's what I'm really interested in at the time being, but I'll definitely be coming back to explore what else I can use this with. Um, why performance capture? Because to me, that is the area that I'm currently diving deeper into, all stages of it. For now, Radical allows you to use your cameras, your own reference, to extract motion, to capture motion from video, or upload your clips, like a pre recorded video, maybe something that you have from YouTube, and extract motion from that. Now, when I went to the documentation to read the guidelines or the perfect setup, the ideal setup for a camera or for a performer, it was mentioned that you need to start recording your performance by standing in a T pose. I didn't do that. And I have a couple of videos, the ones you've seen me use before. One, my own reference, the other is a clip that I got from YouTube. And I'll be testing those to compare them and see what will I be able to get from Radical Performance Capture um, module compared to what I've been using or I've been testing so far with other markerless capture tools. Yeah, markerless is the keyword here because again, we're still talking about markerless performance capture. Let's get started. So if you go to create motion, you get this window and you have the option to either launch your camera or navigate to a file on your drive, upload that, and get motion from it. That's what I'll do for now. Let me pause this video, get back to you when I have this done, okay? So I've chosen a clip and I'm uploading that now. It's processing, as you can see. And that clip I chose is a dance tutorial that I got from YouTube. The only thing that I made sure to follow here is to choose a clip where the camera is completely static. If you remember from my previous tutorials, I had a number of dance clips where cameras used to move a little bit, sometimes go for a zoom, but this time I decided to stay closer to the guidelines provided by Radical, and let's see what's going to happen, what I'm about to get from here. Now after that, I'll be uploading a second clip, but this time my own, the one where I used an Android device to capture my performance, and I'll be comparing the two with what I was able to get previously with other platforms. Okay, it seems to be taking quite some time, probably because I'm in a queue. So, oh, a sudden jump, we're almost there. I was about to pause this video, but let's hang in there few more seconds. And as you can see here, face animation is included, which is great. I'm excited to try that to see what I will be able to get out of it. Because with Radical, you have what is called an upper body mode. In documentation, they describe this as a mode that allows you to capture only the upper half, the upper body of a character, And in that mode, you get facial animation, like facial capture, and hand and finger articulation or capture. Calibration, okay, I'm happy. Because for why am I saying that? Because based on what I read, if Radical detects that in your video you don't have that T-pose the first 2 seconds, it should give you some sort of an not an error, but like a reminder. Okay, so let's just see what's happening here. Enable superior graphics for Canvas in Google Chrome. Okay, I'll do that later. But for now, let's check what we have. So here's the video that I have. Let's compare the two. And here's the motion we have from Radical. As usual, what I'm really focused on for now, for this first video, is hips and feet. And I think this is the first time I try this live. So, yeah, exactly. Providing me the same functionality I would expect if I am inside Maya. To tumble around this, maybe dolly in, see what's happening with the feet, and I like what I'm seeing so far. No sudden pops, no unexpected jumps when it comes to the hips. But let's watch that front view again. And the first thing I noticed is hand orientation is not that clear. As if, I'm not sure about that, but let me just look closer. It seems to me that the wrist, it's almost as if it's not captured. Yeah, because of the orientation I see here. I'll give that a second try. But first attempt, first video, I like that. Okay. Now here's an option here that says optimization, and it doesn't seem to be okay. I don't seem to have an option to turn this on or enable it or disable it. I'll ask about that. I'll reach out to the team on Discord. And as you can see, that's the calibration alert that I was talking about, the reminder. And it says we couldn't detect a valid T-pose calibration. Okay, maybe that's the reason why the wrist orientation, I'm not talking about the fingers now, I'm talking about the wrist, is not detected properly. Like, look at the hand here. If you notice, let me just go this. Okay, I love the fact that we have the ability to see our reference next to our motion to be able to compare them. I love that. But again, the wrist is the major part where I'm noticing this. Also the shoulders, like this wave motion, those seconds where he's raising his shoulders to complete that wave, I think it's somehow toned down here as if it was not capturing the amount of change that's happening in the video. But let's try it again. Okay, let's go now to create motion again. This time I'll be importing my own reference. Okay, again, for that reference, I don't start with a T pose. I actually start with an A pose. And let's see what I'm going to get. Okay, I'll pause this for a second. All right, now we have it. Here's my clip. As you can see, it's a static camera. We start from an A pose, not a T pose. That's why we still have that calibration. reminder here. And let me rotate this so I can see what's happening with the hips. Yeah, looks solid for a first pass. Of course, I can see sliding. You can probably notice that here, sliding as well. But I like that with the hips, we don't see sudden jumps. Remember some of those that we've seen before? Here, it seems much more stable, and I love that. Because when my hips are stable, when that core is solid, the rest becomes easier to clean up, to fix, right? Now, what I'm comparing is the amount of change. Like if I look at this front view, similar to my camera, yeah, I feel that the amount of change and why, like that amount of jump, that height, the amount of change on my legs, yeah, I'm looking more to this, yeah. For a one camera setup, remember, we're still using one camera. I don't have a number of cameras here. It's just one camera where I'm getting this motion. Let me focus on the arms. Yeah, I like it. Again, for the first pass, I'm happy. Yeah. So that's what I was able to get for now. I'll probably, like my next step would be to try this again. Of course, not the exact same performance because I can't really replicate that, but to try and get similar motion with a static camera using my own reference and start with a T-pose. Would that make a difference, especially to my hands or to the hands of this character? Will it be able to detect that wrist more? Because it's definitely not capturing fingers. But I see that the wrists here are getting some motion, or at least in the right, mostly in the right orientation compared to the lower arm. But enough of that analysis. That can take me quite some time to really focus on details here. What you were able to see is what I was able to get spending a few minutes from the moment I created an account, I logged in and created this motion. To me, that can be a huge time saver, even for my first pass. Now, what can you do to really use this motion? Radical is integrated with a number of platforms, a number of tools. Unreal Engine, Maya, the one I'm using. So my next step would be to export this in FBX. And it seems like you only, with a free account, which is what I have now, you only get one FBX export to see what you were able to get inside Maya. I'll get that into Maya, use Human IK to retarget that to a different character and see the quality of data that I'm getting into Maya. Okay? But for now, that is Radical Motion. That is my first adventure into trying this tool, and there will definitely be more coming soon, not just for performance capture, but I'll keep you guys posted. Now, time for a small break, a walk, and time for you If you haven't already, to give this a try, show me what you come up with and have fun.